The Detroit Lions traded away Jeff Okudah today, and they picked up an extra 2023 fifth-round pick. So now we have 9 picks. We have 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third. We still currently have no fourth. We have 2 in the fifth, 2 in the sixth. So we go the 4th and 7th round right now with no picks. We still have 9 out of that. And I love this because we got rid of a player that we weren't going to pick up his 5th-year option anyway. We created an extra pick. And we had James Mitchell was taken in the 5th round. I mean, Malcolm Rodriguez, James Houston, 6th-round picks, right? So, I mean, we got Amon-Ra in the 4th round. So I think that Brad Holmes could find a steal in the 3rd round. I mean, I'm sorry, in the 5th round. So I'm not worried about, oh my God. Now if it was a 7th, then we might have to talk. Our 7th round, we had Chase Lucas, who made the team, so I can't be mad at that. But for some reason, linebacker Devin White wants to be traded from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I have no idea what happened. I don't know why. And I am asking the chat and the comment section, how would you feel? Would you want the Detroit Lions to trade for Devin White? Now, we can pick a linebacker. Devin White is a former 1st overall pick. 5th overall. So we move on from a 3rd overall. He was taken the year before Jeffrey Okudah. 5th overall to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers picked up his 5th-year option for approximately $11 million. In 2022, Devin White had 73 solo tackles, 5.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, no interceptions. Now, I know what you're saying. Build through the draft, build through the draft, build through the draft. Yeah, but we know that Brad Holmes does not value early round linebackers, right? And we just swear he's going to take a linebacker. But what if he drafted? What if he traded for one? Devin White, in his career, 1st year played 13 games, 2nd year played 15. The past 2 seasons, this dude has not missed a game. And over those 2 seasons, he's amassed almost over 250 tackles. He's had over 150 solo. He's had 9 sacks and 2 forced fumbles in 2 years. Would you trade for Devin White? McKenzie says, yes, all day, a 2nd and a 5th round. Colvin says we need help in the middle bad, so yes. Okay, so let me ask you a question. What are you willing? McKenzie said a 2nd and a 5th. Are those both this year? Now, as you're coming up with that, here is what he is due in 2023. $11 million. So the Detroit Lions would be on the hook most likely for that. They did pick up Tampa Bay, his 5th-year option, but for some reason, just out of nowhere, it came out like 2 minutes after Jeff Okudah got traded that he wanted to be traded. I don't know what's happening. Tampa Bay seems like they're in a free fall. They got Baker Mayfield as potentially their starting quarterback. I don't think that's the end of the world, but Tampa, man, has been in flux since Bruce Arians retired. So what are we doing here? Now, Teddy Bridgewater has been offered, and I'm not sure we can get both. Now, I said this in the earlier segment. If Teddy Two Gloves want to evaluate his options, ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. So Eduardo says, give up the 5th we just got. Dylan says a 3rd and a 5th. Okay, are they both this year? Do we really need a linebacker if we get an elite DT? Yes, we do. Brian, I believe we do. McKenzie says we got $30 million in cap space. Okay, McKenzie, let's say 13 or 14 of that goes to the rookie class. Trade a 2nd round pick this year. 5th round next year for White. Okay, how about this? How about this? Tell me what y'all think of this. DeAndre Swift and a 5th round pick for Devin White. Who says no? Nate, bro, that's crazy. Nate said the same thing. Wow, Nate, you get the air horn, man. I didn't even, bro, I said the same thing. I wasn't even looking, man. Okay, McKenzie says that's not enough. That's not enough for him or what? What are you saying? Swift plus fifth rounder and next year. Okay, Swift plus fifth rounder next year for White, and I'm good with. Zay says they don't value linebackers. That move ain't happening. Zay, come on, bro. Come on, man. Tickle our fancy. Let us have our speculation. Jeez, bro. Like somebody spitting the lemonade, man. The Okudah hate by Lions fan. Okay. I think you would have to throw in a third just because Swift is a little injury prone. Okay. So how about this? DeAndre Swift, a fifth this year, since we have two now, and a third next year. What would you do? Zay says draft a linebacker. For him, they going to want at least Swift in the third. I do it. Well, okay. Okay, McKenzie. I give him that. I give him that, bro. I give him, but he ain't getting it this year, though. They're not getting our third this year because we only got one. We only got one. And if we give them the third and Brad Holmes doesn't move back up, we don't pick again into the fifth round. So we'll have 2 day ones, 2 day twos in the second. We'll have to sit through the third round with no pick, early the beginning of day 3 with no pick, and then pick in the fifth round. So I don't take that. You want me to eat that $11 million? You take my third rounder next year. Swift, if they want a third rounder, I eat his $11 million. Okay. And the thing about this though is, okay, we could franchise tag him. This would be a 1-year rental. That's the thing. So, yep, that's another thing too. That's why I wouldn't do it. There's no way. If you want, listen. As a matter of fact, you want me to eat that $11 million because you done already picked up his fifth-year option. So if you want me to eat that $11 million, I'll give you this. This is what I'm gonna do. I'll give you a fifth-round pick this year, okay, and a third next year, and maybe a conditional pick. I'll give you 3 picks. I'll give you a fifth. They're not gonna go for this, but I will give. There's no way I'm throwing Swift in there with that $11 million. Now, if you eat some of that, $11 million, okay, fine. You can take Swift, our fifth rounder this year, and you can take a third rounder next year, Devin White. We lock him up for at least 3 years. We give him a 2-year extension. We sign him to a 3-year deal. So that's what I would do. Okay, what would Swift get in a trade? Probably a Okudah type deal. Okay, McKenzie, I think Swift would get you at least a third or a fourth because Okudah had zero potential, bro, like none. Okudah, if you look at, they drafted the same year, right? Okudah's third overall, DeAndre Swift is like 34th, 35th. If you look at what they've done, Swift has outperformed Jeff Okudah. So for me, that means at least a fourth or third. I'm trying to get a third. I settle for a fourth. If you give me a third for DeAndre Swift, fine. If you give me a fourth, I want a fourth and like a sixth. A fourth and a sixth for DeAndre Swift. That's what I would do. So let me know. I would do this, bro. I listen. DeAndre Swift he has the potential to be an absolute dog. We've seen it. But I will say this. Going into year 4, he is on. This is why I think the Detroit Lions will part with DeAndre Swift. And if he was to be packaged up with the trade for Devin White, I'm taking it. Because the Detroit Lions, it's a couple reasons. The Detroit Lions have the opportunity this draft to draft a game-changing running back. Mel Kiper has us taking Bijan Robinson. Give me that all day. If we take Bijan, well, DeAndre Swift is on a short tether right now. We just traded away our first-round pick. DeAndre Swift is not safe. I don't care how good he can be. Right now, he's not safe. Brad Holmes ain't going on potential. I'm going to tell you that right now. So, couple reasons why he can be gone. One, if we don't trade him this year, he has no value for us. At least if we traded him this year, we can get something for him. Something. Something is better than nothing, right? If we don't trade DeAndre Swift and we let him walk, we get nothing. If somebody will take DeAndre Swift, I'm giving them DeAndre Swift. And if you tell me the trade is Devin White for Swift and a 2024 third-round pick, I'm taking it. One, we can replace Swift with a guy for another 4 or 5 years, depending on where he was drafted. Two, We need help in the linebacker room. I'm taking that all day. You ain't getting my third pick this year, though. You ain't getting that because I'm not picking for 2 rounds. So I'll give you Swift, a 3rd round pick in 2024, or I'll keep Swift. I'll give you a 3rd rounder in 2025 and something else. But you ain't taking my 3rd round pick this year because we only get 1. If we had 2, then maybe we could talk. But let me know what you think in the comments below.